Hello, this is a brief video talking you through how to fill out the options form. But before I go on to that, just wanted to outline a few key features from the website that will help you to make choices with your child. So on the options page on the website, you've got information about each pathway and why those are appropriate for certain students. And below that, you've got information for each subject that is on offer in Key Stage 4, how it will be assessed, and a video presented by each head of department talking you through the course and why they may be interested in studying it. And you can play those videos just by selecting the play button here. So, filling out the options form. You would have got an email from the Academy with a link to a Google Forms where you fill out your options. So if you click the link, you'll be taken to the page. Now, it is important that each section of the form is filled out in full so that we have accurate information on each student. So the first thing that you will be asked to do is to fill out your name. I ask that you fill out your first and your second name very clearly, please, on there. Then you select your form, and I'm just going to talk you through how you fill out your options by looking at option block 2. So, key things to remember when you fill out the form is that you're only allowed to put your first preference in once, and you will also need to think about a second preference. And the reason why we ask you to do that is sometimes, for various reasons, we're not able to give a student their first preference. So each student needs to think really, really carefully about if they're unable to do their first preference, what would they like to do instead? So for instance, in option block 2, I may want to do art, and then as a second preference, after I've read into it and thought about it carefully, I might want to do photography instead. So I would select those two, and those would be my first and second preference in option block 2. Now I'm going to just talk through option block 4 because this will be the same process. Now another thing to remember is you cannot select your first preference twice in a different option block. So for this option block, you can see there is art available as well. So I can't select that as my first option. So maybe I want to do something like computing instead. And if I can't do that, then I may want to put something like BTEC Sport in. So that's how you fill out your options. That should look fairly straightforward for you to do that. The final thing on the form, if you wanted to add anything, is a comment at the end. So sometimes students feel that it's important to let us know some key information, something that is related to the options or a specific subject. So if you have a comment that you wanted to add or something that you'd like us to know when allocating the options, we'd ask that you write it in there and you try to be clear and as specific as you can in doing so. Now, once you're happy, go through and check it. Then you could click the submit button and that will be sent in. And then once we have all students' options in by the 24th of May, we'll start to collate those and then start to build people's options moving forward.